Yeah, baby, we here. Welcome back to a midnight Wednesday, midnight Thursday. I guess it's Thursday, right? Rated G. We back. We doing it live again, man. We welcome you back, man. I'm your host, Gary G. Garcia, along with my partner, Misinformation, Brian Licata. We all decked in black. We don't listen. We don't even plan this shit, man. Somehow we always kind of dress. We're in sync. There's a sync there. You know what I'm saying? There's a sync. Look at us, man.
We cycled together, brother. We cycled together.
Man. We're starting to what is it when you have the period at the same time?
We're linked up, synced up.
Synced up, yeah, man. Yeah. How you feeling, man? Welcome back to another episode of Rated G. Before we even get started, man, I didn't get to go this week to New York, so I didn't get to go see my man over at Apollo Bud, who is one of our sponsors of the show, Apollo Bud. If you're looking for some good greenery over in Astoria, Queens, New York, go check out Apollo Bud over on Crescent Street and Astoria Boulevard. That's Apollo Bud, man. Tell them that Rated G sent you and get your first with your first purchase, you get an eighth for free. And also, you know, the holidays just came. I hope you had a good Valentine's Day. You guys all had a good time, but it's never too late to get somebody a gift that you love. And if you have someone that you love and you want to grow with this person, well, why don't you go pick up XXX Playground? It's only the best adult tool game ever made. Communication tool game, excuse me. You know, go roll the dice and get fist deep in someone you love, man. And go to the link in our bio or wherever the hell it is, and somewhere down there in the descriptions, and go check out XXX Playground, man, and you know, have a wild night.
And the next morning, grab yourself a cup of coffee and a little drink in your Rated G mug from our friends over at enditwasgood.net. My boy John. We got mugged here. Baby. Yeah, he's a big supporter of the podcast. He's got some cool shirts on here too, bro. What's this one say?
Yeah, man, go check it out. Go purchase some things for yourself or somebody you love, man, and pick up a Rated G mug or maybe one of the T-shirts.
It's not peer pressure.
It's just your turn. I like that. That's hot.
That's hot. enditwasgood.net/shop.
Yeah, man. That's where you do it all, man. So what's up, baby? How's the week treating you so far?
It's good, man.
Officially midweek, right? Hump
day. Yeah, hump day is here. And you know, shout out to anybody who's listening. But yo, bro, I'm good. You know, I'm good.
It's good to be back. I needed a break today. Today was a rough day, but I'm here. I just did 2 shows. A lot of cops out here tonight. They're having some sort of convention. So that was interesting.
Were they at the show?
Yeah, they packed it in. I did all my cop material. It was whatever. It was one of them nights that was whatever. You know, I never got along too well with cops anyway, so that's how it goes, man. But other than that, I can't complain. I'm still here. I'm still breathing. Another day on God's green earth is a good day, right?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I'm doing good too, man. I'm just we're finally moving out of the Airbnb on Saturday, so I'll be in the new studio. That will be the studio for a long time.
I'm excited to see it.
Yeah,
you know, you must be happy to get out of the laundry room.
This is actually the living room, bro. If you can believe it.
Yeah. What right now?
Yeah, I'm in the living room.
Yo, what up, self? How you feeling, baby? Glad you're here with us, man. It's not the same when you're not here. You know that, right, buddy? You know. Oh shit, we got Storm back. Hold on. There's some shit going on my computer. My computer is so old, it like constantly wants to update. So this is fucking with me right now. Hold on. There you go. I'm back. There you go. What's up, Stormy? It's good to see you. Glad you're back. A lot of things going on that we wanted to talk about. I'm not sure if we hit it last time. Did we talk about the Super Bowl show last time about Rihanna?
No, man. Have we done a show since the Super Bowl? No, we didn't. No, we did it the day before. Remember? Because
that's right. And they asked who. Oh, well, I was wrong. I picked the Eagles, and I was wrong. They lost. It was a good game, which is odd because normally they're not.
Right.
normally, let's keep it real. The Super Bowl usually sucks, as far as the game goes. There's been a couple of good ones here and there. The Giants, when the dude caught the ball on the side of his head and
Great
all that
game.
shit. But it was a good game. It was enjoyable to watch. I found the halftime show to be exactly what I expected. It was tame. It was they were very they weren't out front with it this time, but I called it from the very jump. From the very jump, they were like, "Gee, what do you think's gonna happen?" I said, "Man, let me tell you something. Right off the bat, all the colors are gonna be red, white, and black. That's gonna be all the colors." And sure enough, she came out in red. Everything else is white and black. Now people go, "What's the big deal?" Well, those are the colors, man. It's like, and they all know that shit. That those are the colors of the satanic fucking ritual shits, and they all know that. And there was parts that they cut out that people caught on the phone where she throws up, her signs, and she's throwing up the signs. It was mellow, it was mild, but it definitely was. It had his little satanic fringes on there. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
with that said, I thought she looked great, and and I thought it was good. Like, I mean, she performed well. I think she lip synced a lot of it.
Yeah.
But
Shout out Riri.
yeah. Shout out to Riri, man. It's good, you need Jesus. But you need Jesus. But shout out to you, man. You know what I'm saying? She was holding it down. She looked beautiful. You
Hmm.
know, I happen to think pregnant women are beautiful. You know,
The
they're
glow.
hard to get though. They usually want to stay with the baby or their father, the father of their
Hmm.
babies and shit like that. But whatever. Big up to you, all you pregnant beautiful women out there, man. And yeah, so it was a little satanic. But what's crazy is what's his name? Damar Hamlin.
Hmm.
Did you hear what's going on with him? Bring that up. Look up Damar Hamlin's jacket. He wore a very interesting jacket, which also brings me back to all the things that I've been saying for like the last couple of fucking podcasts, which is how they have no problem when it comes to
Yo,
blasphemy
when
against
I showed that jacket, dog, I didn't realize that was Jesus on the front, bro.
and on the back. Yeah. So
I
this
didn't
is the jacket that he
see the
wore.
back.
Yeah, this is the jacket that he wore. And it's blasphemous. Let's keep it real. It's black. Do you think, and anyone who thinks it's not, do you think if that was a picture of Muhammad, they would have showed that? And
No, you're
someone made
right.
a point how they showed it. You know what I'm saying? Like they showed the jacket, they got pictures of it on the NFL thing. You know what I'm saying? And they're
Hmm.
showing it, right? And people go, "What does that mean?" Well, there was a boxer, I forget his name, and they took a picture of him, and he was wearing a headband that said 100% Jesus. And when they showed it on TV, they airbrushed the 100% Jesus off of his headband and made the whole headband white.
Hmm.
So if it was something bringing glory to God, be known they wouldn't be showing it on TV. You know what I'm saying? They just wouldn't be showing it on TV. The reason why they showed that jacket and they allowed that jacket to get taken pictures of and they haven't touched it up with anything is because it's blasphemous. Get a picture of the front of the jacket. Picture of the front of the jacket is even worse than the back of the jacket. And there's some people out there that are breaking down the whole jacket. I didn't even go into the whole thing of what's on the jacket. You can just look at it and see it's blasphemous. And I don't care what anyone wants to say. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like it's blasphemous, man. You know, and it doesn't hurt my feelings. I don't have to stick up for God. God's a big boy, man. He knows how to, he's God. So he doesn't need me to stick up for him. But I wouldn't say I was offended, but I just see it for what it is. It's
Hmm.
blasphemous. And the front of it's even more interesting if you can get a picture of it. There's the front. Now, when you go zoom in on the words right there, there's a picture of it's supposed to be Jesus, which obviously looks like a zombie Jesus. Right now, go
It's
up
a,
to where I can read the words. If you look at the words, it says, "Without end or beginning, there is no day and there is no night." Right? Some people would be like, "Well, what's the big deal?" Well, Scripture says that God says He is the beginning and the end. He is the Alpha and the Omega. So God is the beginning and the end. So that shirt is saying that jacket is saying that there's no beginning and there's no end. There is no day and there's no light. But there is a beginning and the end. God says, "I am the Alpha and the Omega. I'm the beginning and the ending."
hmm.
So once again, it's just straight up blasphemous. Now he has responded because someone on his team called him out on it. and he's responding, and he said that he didn't see what everybody else is seeing in the jacket, and that he would never, and the big deal is that the dude had a heart attack, and a lot of people were praying to Jesus for him. So that's why people are upset, because they're like, yo, we prayed for you. And who do you think we were praying to? We were praying to Jesus for you. And now you're going to come and rock that jacket, So, I mean, whatever. I mean, make of it what you want. But to me, it's just another example of, even the jacket itself, the fact that the dude designed it. Forget about the fact that he wore the jacket. The person who designed that jacket, I would think it's safe to say that that person who designed that jacket is probably not Christian. You know what I'm saying?
No, he was a Japanese guy. I don't know. I don't know if he was Christian.
There are Japanese Christians out there, but I'm just saying. I think it's safe to say. What did that person say?
Takashi Murakami.
Yeah,
I'll go back to that. So this was Hamlin's response. It says, after talking with my parents, I understand how my coat could have offended some people. It was never my intentions to hurt or disrespect anyone. The code is abstract art to me. It says eternal, which I'm eternally thankful to my Savior. My beliefs and relationship with God is not tied to symbolic images. I will learn from this and continue to walk in love as I always have. Matthew 7:1-5.
Oh, no, he's gonna quote. Bring up that scripture, because he's gonna quote scripture. I love when people do that. I mean, listen, I get it. Some people just are ignorant to shit, but not for nothing. Me personally, I would have looked at that and been like, what the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it? It's not an appealing thing. Do not judge, or you too will be judged. For in the same way you judge others, you will be judged. And with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. Why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eyes and pay no attention to the plank in your own eye? What's funny is people always use that to say, we shouldn't judge each other. We shouldn't judge each other. But the truth of the matter is we're supposed to judge each other. Not to the extent of thinking you're better than somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because the truth of the matter is you're no better. I do judge you, Saul. I do. We all judge people. That's why I chill with you. You know what I'm saying? Nice jacket. The fact of the matter is we're called to judge people. If something's wrong, you're supposed to tell them something's wrong. You're not supposed to act like you're better than them, because you're not better than them. You're bad. But iron sharpens iron.
Listen, man, there's a difference also between judgment and care too.
Yeah.
There's a line.
Yeah, I mean, there's a thing. Ain't no one judging you. We're educating you on what you're wearing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if you were completely ignorant to it all, then your attitude is, oh, yo, I was ignorant to this shit, dude. Now that you told me that shit, I'm looking at it in a different light. But to sit there and say that, well, some symbols don't whatever my relationship with God. Well, that's true, but there is a thing to symbols. There is a thing to symbols, and everybody says God, God, God. I mean, even, Jay-Z and Beyonce say God, but what God are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? Lauren, shout out to you. She's on checking it out. You know what I'm saying? It just comes a point of like, the law is written upon your heart, people. If you're a true follower of Christ, the things that should have disturbed your spirit a little bit, especially with what it says. I mean, that's blasphemous what it's saying. If there is no beginning, so what are you saying? If there is no God,
dude, I thought it was like a cartoon character. That's what I thought.
I mean, it's a style of art, but it's not. Listen. If somebody said to me, I'm going to paint something of UG, and they came back with some shit looking like that, I'd be like, what the fuck is this? That don't look anything like me. And that's what it comes down to with that art shit. They always try to go behind art. But why is your art so ugly? Why is all this new art got to be so ugly? Whatever happened to beautiful art? I don't find a urinal to be art.
Takashi Murakami, that was the guy who designed the jacket.
Yeah. Well, whatever. You get a special fuck you shout out from Rated G. All right there, Takashi, whatever the yellow name is. That's just how I feel. Fuck them. And people have no problem doing that. That's what gets me nowadays too.
He's worked with Marc Jacobs, Kanye. Dude, he did the cover work for Graduation, and he did the animated music video for Kanye West's Good Morning.
Good for him. Satanists tend to go very far into business. You know what I'm saying? They tend to go very far in the music business. I'm glad I'm not in it on that level. I love music. I love writing music. I still love listening to music. Um, and even with Rihanna's demonic performance, I was still, because she was subtle about it, unlike Sam Smith, who was up there fucking through the whole fucking thing. Um, it was subtle. I was able to enjoy it, but I saw it for what it was.
Did you watch the whole game?
Yeah, I caught the whole game. It went down pretty much how I thought it would. You know, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like it's hard to enjoy sports now. You know what I'm saying? There's too many. They're trying to put in too much shit in the end zone. It said end racism. You know what I'm saying? And they make it very hard to enjoy because it all becomes political.
Yeah.
And sports is supposed to be something that we're able to get away from all that shit, and watch sports, which is, it's funny because that's really what it's all created for, to get to get us not looking at what the fuck is going on and to be, distracted. But now the distraction, and me knowing it was a distraction, I would take it. Yeah, I could use a distraction. You know what I'm saying? But now even the distraction is like, they're still throwing politics in there. Do you know they played two national anthems to start it? They played the national anthem, which is for everybody, and then they played the Black national anthem, which I don't think anyone even knew there was a Black national anthem. I don't even think they knew that that's what that was called until a couple of weeks ago. I know I never heard of it. In the 52 years I've been alive, I never heard of it. And none of my peoples have heard of it. They know the song, but they never knew that song was the Black national anthem. And what I found out funny about that too is when you watch it and you look at all the colors that they're all wearing when they're singing it, is red, white, and black. Not red, white, and blue. Not yellow, red, and green.
The black, red, and green and white sometimes is like,
no green in there. Just black, red, and white. You know what I'm saying? Bring up a picture of them performing black, red, and white. It's all black, red, and white. And just the people go, what's the big deal? Well, I'll tell you what the big deal is. First of all, if you're talking about inclusion, then what are we going to do? We're going to have a Spanish national anthem, and we're also going to have an Asian national anthem and an Indian national anthem. And the game will start like maybe 45 minutes after it's supposed to start, because everybody's singing the national anthem means national. That means this is all of our anthems. And if there's two of them, then what they're saying is there's two nations. That's what they're saying. There's two separate nations. Yeah, look at the color. Oh, she has the green. That one lady does have the green. Those two people do have the green. So I do stand corrected with the green. They do have the green, but everybody else is straight up predominantly white, black, and red. Come on. Yeah. What are they trying to do? Or what are they trying to insinuate? Like, what are they trying to do? What is it they're trying to get at? Inclusion? That's not inclusion. You just separated. You just separated people. So you can't say it's inclusion. Because inclusion is one national anthem. We're all under it. We're all part of this nation. It doesn't matter if you're white, black, Spanish, Chinese. That's your national anthem. You know what I'm saying? Now, they're saying that's inclusion by having another one. How is that inclusion? I feel like that's the exact opposite. Am I bugging out?
No, you're not, dude. You're not. And I want to get back to something you were saying before. You were talking about the Romans and the gladiator games, and people talk about those games being started to divert the local people from well, I mean, there's other rituals and ceremonies and stuff that they had, like chariot races.
But they blow this shit up so hard because they know, while those games are going on, shit is happening behind closed doors. Was anybody thinking about the trains?
But it's also something they'll look forward to too. Maybe not necessarily something happening, but it's each year. And then think about the boost, bro, the boost in ad sales, like all that sort of stuff.
It's a stormy national anthem. Listen, it might as well be, right? If we're talking inclusion, that's the whole thing. If inclusion is making everybody separate and giving everybody a different treatment, how is that inclusion? And she's right, because the truth of the matter is, if that's the case, then everybody who goes there should have their own fucking national anthem. We'll be there for 4 days before the game even starts. Just singing national anthems. I want my national anthems to be Thun from Nas. because Queens is in the house, bitches. You know, it's ridiculous, man. There comes a point you become tired of it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, there comes a point you just become like, like how much more? Every day is just new bullshit every single day.
Did anyone sit or kneel during the Black National Anthem?
They got mad at I think it's Carrie Lake. Is that was that her name? They got mad at her because she was sitting during the Black National Anthem, which why would they have a problem with that? They have no problem taking a knee during the national anthem. So why would you have a problem with someone sitting during the Black National Anthem? You can't have it both ways. You know, even though don't get me wrong, I know how they played that whole
pretty much exactly what she said. She said, I'm against the Black National Anthem for the same reason I'm against a white national anthem, a gay national anthem, a straight national anthem, a Jewish national anthem, a Christian, and so on.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. It's the truth. It's the truth. You know, it's like it just makes no sense. If it's a national anthem, it's in the fucking title. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Are we really? I mean, do you honestly think the way to fix things is to just destroy everything?
X, what up, bro?
You know, do you honestly think that the way to fix, the solution to fix things is to destroy everything? You got a house and the plumbing's fucked up, so you just destroy the whole house and then rebuild it again? No, you fix the plumbing. I'm not saying everything is great with this country. There's obviously things that need to be fixed. But I believe it starts in levels of community, man. In all honesty, I've always felt that way, that we affect the people around us, you know. And as communities start to come together, then it spreads out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm not a big believer in looking for the government to fix our problems.
Honestly, man, when you think about it, like other than what we do on podcast or when you interact with people online, most of the time you're just dealing with the people in your town. So if you can create a good environment in the town you live in, then everything's kosher. You know, for you at least. You know,
when I lived in the hood, I always said, you know, I don't see nobody coming from outside of the hood pissing in our elevators. I don't see nobody coming from outside the hood breaking bottles in our parks. In fact, that's a brand new park. I was like, yo, that's a brand new park. They just made it like 2 months ago. It was beautiful when they put it there. Now there's graffiti everywhere. There's blunt shit everywhere. There's fucking garbage and glass broken. Nobody came from outside and did that. We did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw the hood as a blessing to me. And this is what I used to always tell all of my people in my building. That's why when I left my building was very upset because I kept that building tight, man. We had a good building. And it's what you make it. They gave us apartments, dude. They were like fucking, I remember I was paying $1 something for a 2-bedroom because it went by what you made. When I left, I was paying for the same bedroom. I was paying $800, but that's $800 a month, gas and electric included. Big ass apartment. You know what I'm saying? Big ass apartment, gas, electric included. That's a good fucking deal. My apartment was spanking. My apartment,
bro, you're so close to the city too, bro.
Dude, 15 minutes. You know, and my apartment was so fucking dope. And my next door neighbors smelled like piss.
Right.
Same apartment, you know. Smelled like piss, smelled like urine.
Just didn't take care of it, huh?
I know she had money. I seen her going in and out all the time, buying food and shit. And you know, you don't think you should buy some cleaners?
Cats? Anything like that?
I don't even know. I don't even think she owned a cat. She didn't even own the cat. I think it was just, I don't know. I don't know what it is, even if it was a problem. Like if I had a problem where I'm peeing all over the place, believe me when I say I'll be cleaning up after myself. There'll never be a time where I'm like, fuck it, I'll clean that piss tomorrow. No, I mean, clean up.
Immediately.
Dude, it was so bad. I used to torture people that would like come to my house uninvited, and I would leave them in the hallway a little bit longer. I would sneak up and look, and if it was someone I really didn't like, I put the thing down, and I just leave them there for a little while. I go to like, come in, hold on 1 second, and then I leave them there, and they'd be like, come on, open the door, sir. Maybe she enjoyed golden showers. Yeah, but even then, even after a good golden shower, you should take a shower. You know what I'm saying? Even after a nice, good old-fashioned golden shower, you should take a shower. You know, there's no reason your house should smell like that, man. I know people, man. One of my boys paid my brother one time to clean out his refrigerator because he hadn't opened it in like 7 months.
Oh.
And it was filled.
Oh.
He paid my brother like a lot too. I think my brother got paid like 300 just to clean out his refrigerator. And all he had to do was throw shit in the trash because everything was fucked up. But like that's the thing. It's how you live. That's the point I'm trying to make. You know what I'm saying? Like you can sit there and complain, oh, we're in the ghetto. But so why not spruce it up?
I'm sorry, man. That fridge thing, that fridge thing fucked me up.
Oh, it was horrible.
Bit,
he opened the door, dude, and he slammed it shut right away. And then he had to like put shit under his nose and put on a thing to cover his thing. Yeah, he realized why he was making that much money.
I wouldn't. Dude, what was the dude doing that he didn't open his fridge for
just
7 months?
Ordering out. And you could tell because the boxes were everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like the food boxes and empty bags. Exactly. It's how you live, son. You know what I'm saying? It's how you live. I've been to people's houses that got money. They got money. They got fucking a Mercedes-Benz parked outside. And the minute you go to get in, they go, hold on a second. They start taking trash off the seat. You know, like if I get in your car, I could tell right away if I ever want to go to your house. If I get in your car and it's a mess, I already know I don't want to go to your house. Your house ain't gonna look better than this. This is if you got bottles and shit all over the place in your car, come on, man. The dirtiest my car gets is like dust because I just haven't, I got to clean it on the inside. In the winter, it's a little hard to get inside. Some ashes all over the floor because I do smoke in the car. So there's ashes on the floor, but there's not shit, like there's not garbage all over my shit. When I got to clean my car, it's because I just haven't cleaned it. So it's a little dusty or whatever. There's not extra garbage just thrown all over the place.
Usually when I get out of the car, I take whatever trash I made from that trip and I throw it away in that. Yeah, out with me. Yeah. And if I'm in somebody else's car, always take the bottle out, bro. I used to call my boys out so hard on that, bro. I'm like, yo, dog, yeah. I'll call you back. If you get out of the car and that bottle's in there, I'll call you back. I'm like, yeah, dog, grab that. And then I'll give you some of my trash to throw it. See,
I'll throw that shit at you. I'll back up and hit you with the fucking bottle. Stupid ass.
I meet disrespect with a level of calm and reserve. You meet disrespect with a raise of disrespect.
I take your disrespect and I raise you 1. I raise you 2. Yeah, I raise you 2. I keep it real. Yeah, I do. And I don't know why either.
You double it. You double it. You double it is what you do.
It's not my fault, people. It's not my fault. I just dealt with so much shit. I'm done dealing with it.
We drinking a little pink lemonade?
Little pink lemonade, dog. In my the original cups that we started using. I like to switch it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Got the Airbnb mug.
How was your Valentine's Day?
It was nice, man. We actually ordered some food and then we watched a movie, a rom-com.
A what?
A
romantic comedy. That's what you watched.
Comedy. You watched Failure to Launch. It was pretty good, actually. It was from like 2000. It was Sarah Jessica Parker and
I'm sure it was very original. I'm sure it had a very original storyline. I'm sure at no point did they like break up and get back together.
Well, hold on. Let's talk about that's exactly what happened. But here's the plot, right?
Gee, really?
here's
what always happens.
Yeah, and you know what? It's towards the end of the second act. They broke up. It was very, very strange. It was right at that right time. About like 65 minutes in.
When you look at every fucking, especially when it comes to what do you call it, rom-coms, especially when it comes to romantic comedies, dude. If you look, they just been selling the same movie over and over and
a lot of movies are like that, though.
No, I'm saying, but especially with that, same thing with the action movies and shit like that, man. How is fucking Fast and Furious still coming out with shit? They got another one coming out.
Are they doing AI for Paul Walker?
I don't know. Deep fake.
Yeah.
You don't have to get rid of anybody anymore.
Hold on, dude. Let me go back to the Failure to Launch. So this is the premise, right?
All right.
Matthew McConaughey is 35, right? he is still living with his parents because he was engaged to a girl who ended up dying, right? So Matthew McConaughey's parents hire Sarah Jessica Parker to go out with them, and then she gets him to get out of the house. So basically, Sarah Jessica Parker is a prostitute. Right. And that's what, there's like a little bit of that in there. You're like,
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah, Sex in the City.
Oh, man. She's not even like, she's weird hot. She's like very weird hot. I'm not going to say she's ugly because she's not. She's not ugly. She's that weird kind of. She can look good sometimes, Yeah, she's like that. I like her. She's different, even though she's not looking so hot. But I like her. She's different. Sarah Jessica Parker. All right. Big up to her, I guess. I'm not gonna hate on her. But she's that weird hot. I liked her. I kind of liked her. Sex in the City. I never really watched Sex in the City much. I saw like 2 episodes.
Yeah, Tina likes it. I watch it.
Most women do, man.
When she's watching
like it.
It's
I would have preferred, in all honesty, I would have preferred to watch that than what she did like, because she was all into all those reality shows, and I was like forced to. I think a lot of reality shows broke us up. I had enough of that. I had to sit there and watch Bad Girls. Bad Girls is one of the worst fucking creations ever. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of chicks in the house just cackling at each other for no fucking reason, arguing just to argue. There is no reason they're fighting other than they just want to argue. Fucking the fuck out of here. I used to have to watch those shit. Yeah, I used to want to hang myself, dude. It was insane. I wish she watched Sex in the City because I felt like I could have got into that.
Yeah,
I could have got into it, Mr. Big, and I saw like maybe 2 or 3 episodes, and they were fun. Like I laughed. I thought they were pretty funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, it's well written. It's a well done show. There's good acting in it, good writing. It's a good show.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that she wasn't into it. I was like, you're not into it. Every woman that I know is into that shit. But whatever. I don't know.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? But I hate all that shit, and that's the same thing. Like all that shit now. Like they're coming out with a new Indiana Jones.
Harrison Ford
fucking Ford, dude. He's only like what?
He's gonna be in it.
He's in it, dude. He's running around climbing shit. And what's crazy is I forgot who pointed this out. I think it might have been Matt Walsh who pointed it out. But it's crazy because you remember the last one he did was with Shia LaBeouf or LaBeouf, whatever his name is. Remember that?
Shia
and
LaBeouf.
It was supposed to. They were trying to set it up so that Shia LaBeouf would then become.
Oh yeah,
because he was his son.
He's out.
You know what I'm saying? That was his son. So Shia LaBeouf was supposed to go on and carry on the whole thing. Why? What? Why are they doing it? Yeah, I don't know.
I think you're saying why? Yeah, why they're doing another movie.
Yeah, why? Why would you do it? First of all, they just leave it, man. You ran it into the ground, yo. I mean, how? But here's the best part. Now he's with a chick,
and
the chick is going to be the one to become the next. The son don't exist no more. I don't even know what happened to the son, but they didn't. He ain't in it.
Well, Shia is kind of like a fringe Hollywood person. He's like always doing some weird shit.
I think he's on the outs right now, right?
Yeah, I think
he's on the outs.
And he was also a child actor with Disney.
Why does anyone even watch Disney movies anymore? They're gonna suck. They're gonna suck. They're all gonna suck. Marvel, they destroyed Marvel.
Look at how he looks, bro. With his sunken eyes. He's got the Sam Smith face going on.
The panda eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, all them, like, I don't even know why people act like, they're surprised about that shit, man. I guess we hope, You sit there and you hope.
Yo, he's in inpatient care, Shia LaBeouf.
He is? For what?
Yeah.
What is he in inpatient care? What inpatient means? He's in the hospital, right? That means you don't get to go out. You locked in.
Oh no, this is from 2021. I don't know if he still is. Sorry.
So you're giving us that misinformation. But hey, listen, it wouldn't be rated G without it. He reads shit right off the screen, and as he's reading it, it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, what did you say last time that somebody, Michael Jackson's fucking doctor was his father or some shit like that? And I was like, what? And then we read it, and it came down to that they thought he might have been his son's donor or some shit. You know, this motherfucker be reading shit, and then he makes words that he wants to appear. They appear there. You know, I let it slide on the Late Show, dog, but I think that was during the early show that you did that. No, it was a late show. It was a late show because we had Matt on the show. I still see. I remember. Look who's here. Yeah, she's like, what's going on?
What's up, baby girl?
She always got to look at that sleepy face. She always got. That's my baby right there, man. That's my baby.
I was looking at a cat today, bro.
Yeah, I'm such a sucker. I saw this thing today. I'm gonna send it to you, man. Wait a minute, this is it. Oh no, this is it right here.
Do you ever just look at your cat and think, how?
Yeah, check it out. Look at this, yo. Because it looked like mama. Almost brought me to tears because I'm such a softie on the inside. My baby, my little baby. I don't care if she walks all over the place. Yeah, mama. She got her fans. She purring right now. She hates that I'm holding her. She doesn't like to be held. But I saw this and it looked like my mama.
Think, how did you ever find me? Do you ever just look at your cat and think,
right.
How did you ever?
How did you ever find me, mama? How did you ever? And mama, listen, this face right here. Look at this face right here. This face right here. Don't sleep on this face. She is officially a serial killer. Mama's got bodies, yo. I was talking to my daughter the other day, yo. I don't even want to share this story. Well, I told you about the other mouse that mama caught, right? Like a couple of days ago, and it was a small mouse. So right away, when I saw that it was a small mouse, I said, "Oh man, there's got to be parents around somewhere or some brothers and sisters." I knew it didn't roll for self. So the other night, mama's sleeping by my feet, which I just found out that when cats sleep by your feet, that's because they're protecting you.
Really?
Yeah. If they sleep on you, on top of you, then what they're telling you is you belong to them. But she's been getting into that lately. She's mad that I'm out the house, I guess, and she's been laying on top of me. And, you know, they say that when they do that, that means they own you, that you're theirs. When they sleep on the side of you, it's more like a mothering kind of thing. And that's really where she usually sleeps, is on the side of me. But the other night, she was sleeping by my feet. And I was like, Mama, come up here. Why are you by my feet? I wake up the next day, I'm talking to my daughter. I stand up, I go get something to drink. I'm coming back, and I see something on the floor, on the rug. And I thought maybe like she coughed up, like, because she gets hairballs, you know? And I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, I'm on the phone with my daughter, and I go, what the hell is this? And I go down to because I thought it was like a thread to pick it up, and I grab a foot, and I said, "Aah!" Dude, I screamed like I was in the shower in Psycho. All right, that's how I screamed. My daughter was like, "Oh my God, what's wrong, Dad?" And I was like, yo, man, mama killed another mouse, and she brought it to me and left it on the fucking floor. And I think that was probably one of the parents. I couldn't tell because it was very mangled.
Gnarled.
Mama is a murderer.
Yeah,
she does not play. She does not play. And I'm telling you, because I've been attacked by her when we were in lockdown together, when me and her were in lockdown, yo, straight up was like prison in here, dude. With her, it was like prison, because every now and then she get this look in her eyes. And I'd like to say that Gary fought the good fight. I'd like to say that. But yo, I'd see her looking at me and be like, Mama, stop, you know, and I would take a pillow and kind of like try to put it, because I know that look. Then she just started attacking me, dude.
Really?
I almost at one point thought about getting rid of her because she was attacking me. And I was like, yo, you want to go out? You want to leave? Yo, she would make me bleed. Like she would make
you
me
know what?
bleed.
I feel like I remember this, man.
I was so upset. You don't remember? I was upset. I was like, Mama, it was like I was in an abusive relationship.
You were getting scratches on you. I remember this.
Scratches.
We
she
were doing
was biting into me and making me bleed blood. And I was like, nobody makes me bleed my own blood. She would make me bleed blood, dog, on a regular. And then I come home and she'd be there like looking at me like nothing happened. It was an abusive relationship for a while. But I know that she's no joke, dude, because I would have to like pick her up and she would be like, rah, 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 and I'd be like holding her like those videos where you see the cat attacking people. And I'd have to chuck her onto my bed and then close the door. That's how I learned to deal with it, you know, because she would just keep attacking me, dude. And I'm not going to hit mama.
You can't.
You know what I'm saying?
Can't
I mean, I did
bro.
once, but it was a reaction. You know, like I'm saying, like she caught me and I was like, ah, you know what I'm saying? Like it was one of those things. And then I felt so bad and I went to try to make up with her. And then she was attacking me some more. And I was like, and I threw her in the room and closed the door. And I waited like a half hour, 40 minutes. I had to look it up. I Googled. That's what they said to do. Put him in another room because you know what it was? I was home all the time.
Yeah, man. She's not used to that. She needs her alone time.
She needs her alone time, man. And I think she was throwing parties here when I wasn't home.
Yeah.
Because I used to have all her shit, and then I come home and it would be shit everywhere, like all her toys and everything. I think she was having swinger parties.
Did you find a lot of empty bags of catnip laying around?
She's not really into catnip.
No?
Nah, not really. She'll fuck with it a little bit, but I've got all that catnip shit. She doesn't really care about that shit, man. I want to build. You want to know what I want to build for her?
Yeah.
No, I'm dead up. Look, man, I'm dead. We're talking about my mom one now, but this is what I want to build for her. And it's funny because my man sent it to me because he knows. My man knows, man.
Can you DM it to me?
I'm sending it to you right now. This is what I want to do for mama. I'm going to do it too. In fact, when I blow up, not only am I going to do that, but I'm going to do it huge. It's going to be fucking huge. Oh, man.
I'll throw $100 at this, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Check this out. This is what I wanted to do since I moved here for her. You know, this shit is dope right here. Look at that shit. Look at that. Look at that. Whoa, look at that, yo. That guy looks like one. That's dope, right? I want to do that throughout my whole shit. You know, where she could just fucking climb everywhere, man.
Dude, you could probably build that now, bro. You just got to put up a couple shelves.
And I also have to like, I'd have to get like my Mexican boy from Queens to come down and do it for me. You know what I'm saying? Idea. He could do it in one day. I don't have the patience.
Yeah.
And my shits would all be crooked.
Or the skill set. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. With the skill set.
Dude, I could build shit. What are you talking about? I went to aviation, dude. I'm good with my hands, man. You know what I'm saying?
You went to aviation? What does that mean?
That means I'm like I could work on shit. I could
no. What does it mean? You went to aviation?
I learned how to work on planes, dude. I went for the aviation high school. I learned how to fucking fix planes. You think
didn't you also do like a?
Did I also drop out? Yeah, I dropped out, motherfucker. But it was a mutual agreement.
You know what's really funny, and this might be a little anti-Puerto Rican, but I'm just gonna go out here.
I love the way it started. I love when shit starts like this. This may be a little anti-Puerto Rican.
So I worked landscaping jobs, pretty much from the time I was 16 until not that long ago. So I've worked a lot. It's
starting to sound a little anti-Mexican more than anti-Puerto Rican, but okay.
There was always one Puerto Rican guy in the crew.
Just one.
Always one, dude. Always one. All Mexicans, one Puerto Rican, and sometimes one black guy, and then one white guy, which was me.
Well, I can't even say nothing because I was the Puerto Rican, dude. I worked this one job. All they did was talk Spanish.
Dude,
I had no idea what the fuck they was saying. I had no idea. They would tell me to do shit. And I'd be like, what? Yo, not one person who spoke English. The only person who spoke English was the foreman who got me the job. And he'd be there like for the day. And then he's like, I'm gone. I'm like, what do you mean you're gone? He's like, I'm leaving. I'm like, What do you mean you're leaving, dude? These dudes all speak Spanish. I don't speak Spanish. He's like, you'll figure it out. No, it was the fucking worst, dude. It was the fucking worst. I didn't understand a fucking single thing. They would have to show me everything, you know?
Yeah, man. There was one job I worked at. One job I worked at.
I did call me that because I didn't even speak Spanish, man. It's horrible.
I spoke more Spanish than one of the Puerto Rican guys at one job. Also,
probably my brother.
But no, there was always the one job. My boy Petey, he was a Puerto Rican dude. He's from the Bronx, actually.
See, now that's a little fucking racist.
Petey, good friend of mine, but always, bro, no matter what it was we were talking about, he always did it for 20 years, right? I'm like, yeah, bro, we got to do some painting over in the clubhouse. Oh, yeah, painting, bro. Yeah, I've been doing that shit for 20 years, bro. 20 years. And then no matter what, it was always 20 years. That
was my drummer. My drummer's like, I've been doing this shit for 50 years all the time. I got into a fight with my drummer once on the way to a show because I had the Cadillac Seville. The outside was kind of fucked up, but the inside was mint. Like I said, it's always what you make it. So the inside was all leather interiors. It was mint condition on the inside. The outside, when I got it, it was a little, a couple of rust and a couple of little things and whatever, right? He starts loading in his drums and he's throwing them into the back seat. And I'm like, yo, dude, do me a favor. Could you place those into the back seat? Yo, dude, I've been loading up cars for 50 years. I said, but you ain't never loaded up my car. See, I don't give a fuck. You've been doing it for 50 years. I said, dude, you ain't never did it in my car. I said, do me a favor. In my car, place him. He's like, fuck you in your car. This car's a piece of shit. He did that fucking like that fucking that fuck your couch. You know what I'm saying? I said, what you mean my shit's a piece of shit, dude? He's like, look at this fucking shit. I'm like, the outside's fucked up, but the inside's perfect. I remember this shit like it was yesterday. We're going back and forth. He's like, man, fuck you. I said, no, fuck you. Take your drums out my car right now. You can put them shits in the cab. Dude, we had a show that night. I made him take all the shit out and I drove to the show. When I get to the show, I get there like right when his cab is pulling up with him. And we were so fucking angry. He was so angry. That was the problem with our band. We fought all the time. But that's the one great thing about music, though. Because he was angry at me, I was angry at him. We didn't talk until the show started. But once that show started, man, we killed that shit that night, man. And afterwards, of course, we hugged and we showed love because, we shared that energy. That was that's the great thing about music. It brought us together. And he was the drummer. I used to jump up on the drums and bang the fucking cymbals and all kinds of shit. So we had that crazy connection. And yeah, but I kicked him out my car for loading that shit up wrong. I've been doing it for 50 years. I said, motherfucker, you're 50. You ain't been doing it for 50 years.
You started early, bro.
The most 25. You know what I'm saying? You're 30, maybe. You haven't been doing it for 50. You're 50 years old. You didn't come out the womb fucking loading drums into cars.
Was the drummer 50 then? Either probably not, right?
He was 50. Yeah, I was the youngest one, man. Some of them dudes was old. Actually, he might not have been 50. I think we might have just always said he was 50. It's hard to tell, dude. He's ageless. He looks like a Vander Holyfield, man.
Who is this? Which one's this?
Oh, Mr. Watts.
Mr. Watts.
Yeah, he was a beast. Still is. Big up to you, Mr. Watts. You know what I'm saying? Still a fucking beast. But yeah, I'll never forget that we had so many fights. We were off the hook, man. But it's the only way to be, right? We gotta live life to the fullest. I enjoyed it. Sure, we fucked up and I wound up running our fucking career into the ground. Sure, we got dropped and no label would touch us. And I had to work the next 20 years in a regular job, But I had a good time. And even what was my regular job, man? It wasn't fucking hard. It wasn't fun, but it also wasn't hard. It was fun for a little while, man. When my boss was this kid Sonny, man, that shit was dope. Me and him got along great. That's when it was fun. It was a moment like everything. There's a moment when it was really fun, like everything else. And then
was that in the middle or towards the end or the beginning?
Middle, in the middle, yeah. in the middle. He came in. He was good people. He was kind of like, I always told him he reminded me of the dude from The Office, Mike. Right? Is that his name? The boss's name? What's the boss's name?
Michael Scott.
Michael Scott. Yeah. He was like kind of like not as crazy as Michael Scott, but like a Michael Scott character. Like, I used to come in, we'd be talking anything but work. I missed that job. I don't miss the job, but I did great. You know what I'm saying? Like I did great there, dude. I used to take like 2-hour lunches. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time I went to go smoke a blunt with my brother and I got locked up during lunch.
Oh yeah, you told me the story, bro.
Fucking horrible, motherfuckers. I went back and got my blunt. They had me locked up. They arrested me for a fucking blunt. Not even the blunt, because we tossed the blunt. They went into my pocket. I had a hole in my pocket, and they fucking started digging around, making the hole bigger than it was, so that they can get their hand in there. You know what I'm saying? And they found like a little crumpled up, disgusting little roach. And you know where I was? I was actually on the Bill Cosby steps from the Bill Cosby movie, from the show, the Cosby show. You know when they show the front of the building?
Yeah.
I was on those steps because that's right down there by West 4th on the other side, on the west
hysterical.
Side. Yeah, people always come by, they take pictures. We smoking a blunt. And then I got locked up. They had me in the precinct for like till the night. They had me there till the night. I didn't even lose my job. You know
what did you tell them happened?
They called up my job for me, and they said that I witnessed a crime and that they needed to have me as a witness. So that they were going to have me there for a while, whatever. They looked out for me in that sense. But I told them, look, if you really want to look out for me, you would have let me go. It was you couldn't even smoke the roach. Like, it was so old. It fell into the hole in the pocket. I didn't even know it was there, which is fucked up because the truth is, like, the day before, and I'll never forget this, the day before, I had no weed. So I was, like, looking in all my pockets for weed, trying to find something. If I would have found that, I would have thrown that in a bowl and got a hit out of it. That's back in the day when I used to fiend for weed.
Mm-hmm.
Now if I don't have weed, I don't have weed. I don't have weed right now, Yeah, they knew they were fucking wrong, but they didn't care, dude. And what's even worse is they risked my life, dude. They arrested me and put me in a van, and then they drive around with me in the van picking up other criminals, like real criminals. You know what I'm saying? At one point, they got into a chase on like fucking 8th Avenue. They're whizzing through traffic, bouncing around the back. I think the next dude they picked up was like some heroin junkie. Now they got me in the back with a heroin junkie. And every time you get put, thank God I didn't go to, they didn't make me go to Central Booking. Thank God, because every time you go there, dude, there's always someone detoxing. Every fucking time you go in there, there's gonna be someone that's fucking throwing up, detoxing, yelling, screaming, scratching. It's horrible. Then you got the dude that knows, like, then you're sitting there and one dude comes in and he's been there like a bunch of times because he comes in, takes off his jacket, rolls it up, finds a spot on the floor, puts it up, and just goes right to sleep. And I'm like, that's a motherfucker that like, he knows the system. He knows it. He's like, they're not gonna call me for a bunch of hours. Let me just get my sleep. Being locked up, man. Every time I was locked up, all I kept thinking to myself is, this ain't for nobody. This shit ain't for nobody. Nobody. It's crazy how people, like, they get used to that shit, and they learn. I mean, there comes a point you don't have a choice. Like, if you're sitting there, you're doing 30 years, man. You're doing 30 years, but thank God I ain't never been to prison. Jail was good enough for me, man. I didn't have to go to the next level on that shit, boy. That shit must suck.
Dude, it's bad enough getting locked up for something you did, but imagine getting locked up for something you didn't do.
Dude, first of all,
bro,
all I know is that if I should ever fucking fall, God forbid, it would have to be like something crazy. But like, if I ever got locked up, man, I'm coming out. I identify as a woman, dog, straight up. I ain't even changing anything. Send me to a woman's prison. At least if I get jumped there, still fun.
See, you can turn that off. Yeah, turn that off. Sorry. Light was on. My bad.
You with us?
Yeah, I'm with you.
It's very rare to be present.
I'm always present.
You're what's wrong a little bit with society today. It's very rare that you're present, that you're in the moment. Be here with us, Brian. All right? The outside world is gonna be there, man. You know, the stresses of tomorrow will be there waiting for you tomorrow.
Gary, I'm really a victim of the propaganda that was produced in the 90s, you know?
That's true. You are. And I have no yeah, are you with us? See, self is paying attention, man. You know what I'm saying? Are you with us, dog? You know, something that did that like I said, well, everybody was up there looking at UFOs, right? We were like, are those UFOs? Or what did I say? I said, if they got us looking up, we got to look down. Didn't I say that? And what happened in Ohio? They had that train wreck. Nobody was talking about it. In fact, they didn't even report that shit for like a week. And not only did not report it, but people who tried to report it, they were arresting. You know what I'm saying? They were arresting reporters for trying to fucking report on this shit because, you know, if you haven't heard, there was a huge fucking train derailment in Ohio on the border of PA and hold on, I know where it is, Palestine, whatever you call it. I only know because I know of Palestine and I know we have one out there in whatever, Ohio. It released, originally they said something like 1,000 tons of what was it?
Vinyl chloride.
Vinyl chloride. Is that what it was?
Yeah, vinyl chloride.
And now it's come out that there was also a bunch of other stuff there. And if you don't know, tons of other shit. And if you don't know, what they did was they lit it up and exploded it, and all those fumes went into the air, and you're seeing these big black clouds of toxin going into the air, and they're saying it's safe to go back home. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all toxic, all of that. And they're telling these people a week later that it's safe to go back home. All the fish are floating to the top dead. All right? And this is stuff that, this ain't misinformation. You can fucking go and Google this shit. And not for nothing, you can probably go on YouTube and look it up. And there's probably videos on YouTube on this shit. All right? So this is all real shit. Fish are all popping up dead. Okay? Thousands of fish found dead. They're floating on the top. People's livestock are just dying. Their pets are dying. Okay? And they're telling people to go back to the house. Everything's good.
I'm trying to see when this is from.
It's
from
one
today.
It's one of the biggest, because now they're reporting on it. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the biggest disasters, you know, to happen since Chernobyl. That's how bad it is, people. It's huge. It's very big, man. It really is.
So?
What's going on?
You think it's that bad, like Chernobyl level?
That's what they're saying.
That far?
Yeah. Well, that's what they're saying. That's not my quote. I'm just saying from what I'm listening from them.
You want to just see what CNN's saying about it? You want to watch?
Yeah, sure. Let's watch it.
Just tell me when to cut it.
Yeah.
Bottled, strongly recommending those who have not yet had their water source checked to use bottled water, and bottled water is being made available.
More than a week after a toxic train derailment that led to the evacuation of much of this small Ohio town, state health officials are urging some East Palestine residents to drink bottled water until water tests are complete.
This is going to be particularly important if you are pregnant, if you are breastfeeding, or if you are preparing formula for an infant.
Officials say the toxic spill was largely contained the day after the derailment, and the tests have shown the air quality is safe.
All right.
They have found low levels of contaminants in 4 nearby waterways spanning 7.5 miles, including Leslie Run, a creek which runs through East Palestine, and neighboring Negley, right through the back of Kathy Reese's property.
In the back, right, you can cut it. You can cut it. Here's the thing. That's what I'm saying. They're saying that the toxic levels are safe. Are you fucking kidding me? And they're saying it was controlled. They contained it. Where? It's going up into the fucking sky. It's going into the dirt. It's going into their drinking water. All those people, dude, you'd be a fool to move back to your house. You would be a fool to move back to your house. You know what I'm saying? People have gone back because they said you can go back. And the minute they go back, they're getting welts on their face. The asthma's acting up. They're fucking coughing and they didn't have a cough before. What do you think the fuck that is? And what's fucked up is these people are going to have to sell those houses. Who's going to buy those houses? Because you can't go back. You're not going to be able to go back there, man. That's mad chemicals in the water, dude. In the water that they drink, and fish are dead. You know what I'm saying? Fish are popping up like that thing just said. Thousands of fish, man. The dude said everywhere he looked, there was dead fish. And they're going to sit there and say that the contamination is low. They don't want you to believe your eyes. They're telling you don't believe what you're seeing. You know, forget about all those dead fish. Don't look behind the curtain.
Video raising a lot of questions, especially for people in East Palestine, Ohio. As you can see, sparks and flames underneath this Norfolk Southern train. And this was 20 miles before it derailed. The derailment, as we all now know, sent dangerous chemicals into the air and forced thousands of people from their homes for days.
Now the question is, when did the crew know that there was a problem? This video, obtained by our news partners at the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, was taken by a security camera at the equipment manufacturing plant in Salem, Ohio, some 20 miles from Palestine. You can see what appear to be sparks or flames under one of the cars as it passes the plant. The NTSB referenced the video at a news conference earlier this week.
We have obtained 2 videos which show preliminary indications of mechanical issues on one of the rail car axles.
That second video came from a processing plant a mile down the track, also in Salem. In front of that plant is a hot box detector, which scans the temperature of the axles as the train passes and sounds an alert if they're overheated.
The crew did receive an alarm from a wayside defect detector shortly before the derailment, indicating a mechanical issue. Then an emergency brake application initiated.
The NTSB says there was an alert, but it is not known if it came from the hot box detector in Salem or the next one down the track 20 miles away in East Palestine, where that.
See, but here's what I find interesting, man. Like he said, it was a contained explosion. How? And like I said, I don't know about this. I'm not Buttigieg. Is that his name, Buttigieg, the dude who's in charge of all this?
Yeah, Pete Buttigieg.
I'm not him, right? But I'm sitting here thinking in my head, they were gonna go bring that someplace, right? And when they bought it someplace, they was gonna transfer it from the car into some other form of containment, right? So why wouldn't they try to? I mean, like I said, I don't know, but I'm just wondering, like, why blow it up? You know what I'm saying? Why not put out the fire? I mean, I don't know. Is that possible to put out the fire since it's chemicals?
From the take that I got was that like it was gonna like just keep leaking, and if they didn't explode it, it was just gonna fucking spill out everywhere. And that was the only way.
But my thing is, then if that's the case, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, if that's the case, then why wouldn't all right? Some stuff is gonna leak. You had the crash. Some stuff is gonna leak, right? Why not try to get something there where the stuff that's in there, you take it out and put it into something else, and whatever leaks, but you save instead of just putting it all into the air. Because basically they put it all into the air.
I think it was like a quick.
It was a what?
I think it was like a quick.
Quick decision. That doesn't seem to be the smart one to me.
Well, I think they were saying that, like, if they waited, it could have exploded. Like, 'cause I'm sure all that shit was on fire when it crashed.
I mean, I don't know, man. Don't they have like foam and shit like that they could put it out with? That I don't know. I'm just thinking, like, if you could put out the fire, then put out the fire, and then whatever's in there, it's still gonna leak, but you don't let it all into the air. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, they just let it. They were like, fuck it. Some people are saying they did it just to clear the fucking tracks. That's the big argument now that people are having, is that They didn't think it through. They just thought, let's get this shit the fuck out of here. What's the quickest way to do it? Blow it up. Light it all on fire and get it off the tracks. You know, I do know this, while all this was going on, which is huge, you know what I'm saying? This is a huge thing, people. And while this was going on, we weren't even hearing about this. We were looking in the sky at fucking aliens.
Well, that actually happened a couple days before that this happened. But yes, you're right.
No, it didn't. This happened first.
No, this happened on the 3rd, I think.
And when will we start to see the aliens?
Just do the Ohio train derail.
Because I know they didn't talk about it for like 8 days.
February 3rd is when the train derailment happened.
Yeah, and when were we looking at the aliens? I could have sworn that was like last week. I could have sworn.
No, it was the 28th.
The 28th?
Mm-hmm.
What's the 28th of what?
January.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
We were looking at aliens that quick? Felt like that shit was like last week.
Well, the first one.
No, I'm saying the balloon was the first one.
The balloon was the first one.
Yeah, but then when did all the other ones start popping up?
Yeah, last weekend.
That's what I'm saying. And that's when this story just started to, break. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It just seems like a little look over here. We don't want you to look over here kind of thing. You know, and
Don't
what did they
up,
say?
If
those
you're looking
things?
up, look down.
Because they came out and they said that they're not extra. I find it so fucking amazing that in press conferences, they're saying, do you think it was extraterrestrial? We're living in movie world right now, people. This whole world is Hollywood. All right. The whole world is gone, man. We're living in every single movie that you watched in the 80s and 90s. Every single fucking movie you watched that if it had Sylvester Stallone, yo, have a great night. Saul, we love you, Bobby. If it had Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, or who was the other big dude back then? But any of those movies that those dudes were in, Bruce Willis, fucking who did Blade Runner? Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford's like 1,000 years old. He's still fucking doing another movie. I can't believe it. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. No one's gonna believe that this 70-something-year-old man's climbing mountains and running from big boulders anymore. No one's gonna believe it. Who's doing that? It's actually more sad because, like, what the fuck? You can't. I mean, not for nothing. Like we were just saying before, all movies are just reboots of other movies. That's all they are. It's the same fucking thing. So it comes down to whatever, man. What is Rocky Horror? Huge meteorite seen speeding over Mission in South Texas as terrified residents report loud explosion and shaking homes. So what happened? A meteorite crashed?
Yeah.
When did this happen?
Yesterday. No, today. Yeah.
A meteorite crash. All right. Well, did it hit anybody?
Not yet. Not that we know of.
Well, it crashed already. So what do you mean not yet? It's not going to bounce back up and crash again.
Maybe we just haven't heard about it.
I don't think we're going to hear about that at all. Elon Musk launched his Starlink and the aliens came to check it out. Either Elon Musk is a robot or an alien. That man doesn't understand. Yo, what's crazy is that, like, if it was aliens, I think it's because, like, they're looking at everything right now and they're thinking, if we were ever going to strike, now is the perfect time. We'll never have a better time than now to strike. But I swear to God, we're just living in every movie. If you want to know what's going to happen, just go watch any fucking 80s or 90s sci-fi. It's fucking insane.
Well, we got a lot of things. We got a lot of things going on right now. The main things, obviously is the weather balloons, maybe the Ohio train derailment.
What are they saying that is? What are they even saying it is now? Because now they're saying it's not extraterrestrial. They don't know how. What are they even saying it is? You know what I'm saying? Like, and were there anything up there? Was there anything up there? Did anybody else get videos of this stuff? Anybody else get pictures of this stuff? I mean, I don't know. You just can't. It sucks because you can't believe anything anymore. Don't even believe me. I mean, even like with all the AI shit is fucking scary, dude. Like the voice shit, that shit is fucking scary, man. Always cover your butthole. We don't show mama's booty hole. This isn't oh, she's giving me a kiss. It's my baby. You know, this isn't TikTok over here, right? You're not gonna get no catty booty hole. We don't need.
They said there's no indication of aliens or extraterrestrial activity, is what they're saying.
But how do they know?
I mean, they're just not saying.
They're not saying anything. You know, they're not saying anything. They never do. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's at the point now where like they don't even fake that they're trying to care about us anymore. I'm gonna cover mommy's booty hole because I don't like it all out there. She has no pants on. She's losing all her hair.
I think they're out there, bro.
I don't. But you know what, man? That we're living proof that you could disagree on things and still be friends. You know, Mama, come to me. Come to me. Oh, look, see, she's losing all her hair. You know, she's losing all her hair.
No.
My baby.
Distressed kitty.
She was stressed out. She hasn't lost more, but the hair she lost, she hasn't grown back. A little baby. It's almost like having a hairless cat and a regular cat at the same time. I know what it's like to own one of those hairless cats.
You get the best of both worlds.
She's happy. You know, they say that purring doesn't mean they're necessarily happy. I don't understand what that means because she only does it when I feel like she's happy. Like, why would it mean anything else?
Yeah, it usually is only when they're.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's only when she looks like she's really happy. You know, like right now she's just bugging out, rubbing that. Look at that tail just popping up for me. I think Mama just has to be seen in every podcast, right, Mama?
That's a cameo, a kitty cameo.
Yeah, the kitty cameo. We're gonna have to get a sound for that whenever Mama comes up here, yo.
Or like a purr. Maybe we get a purr sound.
Oh yeah, for the kitty cameo. Mike, what up, Mike? You the one that needs to get sleep, dog. Mike needs sleep, man. You know, you're the one that's always sick and unhealthy, dog. Gotta start eating those vitamin C's, man. Getting enough rest. I always bug out that I'm considered very healthy now. I'm like straight up one of the healthy ones now. That's amazing, man. You know what I'm saying? The fact that I'm healthy amazes me. There's no reason. What did I eat today? What did you eat today? What did you eat today, man?
For breakfast?
What did you eat? All right, yeah. What did you eat all day?
I have to think about it. For breakfast, I ate it at noon, and I had 8 chicken wings. And then I had dinner at 6:30.
I had Mike's chicken wings yesterday for breakfast. And I gave me some chicken wings.
And at 6:30, I had half a burrito.
So 6 chicken wings and a half a burrito.
8 chicken wings and a half a burrito.
8 chicken wings. That's what you ate all day?
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, what did you eat all day, Mike? Did you eat more than 6 chicken wings and a burrito? You want to know what I ate today? Let me think. What did I eat today? I had a chocolate chip muffin and a vanilla glazed donut and 2 cups of coffee.
That's it?
And this right here. That's what I ate today.
See, and this is what's known as intermittent fasting.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Oh no, I also had like a couple of I had some leftover garlic knots from what you call it. I had like 6 garlic knots. There you go. I had a little bread to fill up the belly. You got grapes. Yeah. On your pizza. Oh, wait, put grapes on his pizza. That's like fucking Petey. He works out all the time, but he eats like shit. So I'm like, dude, all you're doing is like trying to stay at the same fucked upness you are, man. You know what I'm saying? You're just trying to maintain that fucked up look.
You should at least stop one of them for a little while and then start back up, you know, so then at least if you gain too much weight, you can then lose some, you know, you get back down, you know.
So you're not into maintaining at all.
I like maintaining. I've maintained my physique for a long time.
Your physique.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I stay thin. I eat what I could afford. It's been working for me, man. You know, I eat what I could afford. I actually think I have Frosted Flakes. I think I bought a new box of Frosted Flakes that I forgot about. I think my ass is going to eat some Frosted Flakes tonight.
Do you have milk?
And I have a chocolate chip muffin.
Ooh.
Yes, I do have milk.
Nice.
Yeah,
It's not expired?
Milk, no. I bought it yesterday.
Where are you on the expiration toss out? Are you on the day? Are you 2 days?
No, I'm on the smell it.
Oh, really? See, I can't really ever trust the smell test because I never really smell milk before that day.
I know it's I mean, I smell it. My nose is good with that. And I can't smell anything too. I'm taking risks. But the truth is, I go through milk. I drink a lot of milk.
Yeah.
I just learned how to say that word right. Milk. I used to say milk.
You still kind of said it like that.
I do. It's an old habit, but I realize I said it and then I'll switch and I'll say milk.
Is that like is that like a New York thing? Is that what it is?
I don't know. You want me to talk for all New Yorkers? Fuck, I look like to you. How do I know?
You look like the king of New York, bro.
You got fat while we starved. All right. Not a great movie, but a good movie. Not a great movie, but a good movie. I just want to see a new movie. Like something new. New idea or something. You can't do it now, man.
I told you that one movie that I watched recently was the best newest movie. But wasn't that good? It wasn't that good to recommend, but it was the best new one I've seen.
I mean, I'm not gonna do that. Low fat MILF. What are you doing on here, Mike? You actually shouldn't you be banging two chicks from the show right now? Mike was kicking it to two chicks at the show that were like giving him mad love. They didn't even stay. They got up from the front seat to go sit in the back. They didn't even watch my set. Those disrespectful fucking whores. They didn't even watch my set. They got up and walked away to go hang out with Mike. You know what I'm saying? But that's cool because they were talking in front while I was there anyway. So good. Get up and go hang with Mike, man. Get the fuck out of here. We don't need you anyway. Fucking trollops. I shouldn't even say that. One of them might be your next wife, Mike. I don't know. So I shouldn't even say that. You never know. How'd you meet? You met at the show. You never know. You never know. It might be, you never know. They might fall in love. He got the digits, right, Mike? You got those digits. They might fall in love. They got no standards. Yeah, there you go. I love a man who understands himself. You know what I'm saying? True indeed. Oh shit, big happy shout out to Mike. I don't know what the beef is, man. Is there beef there? Is there beef there? I don't think there's beef there, no, right? Look at Brian. Brian kills me, man. Brian, your face kills me. Whatever happened with Ame Bibabi, man? How come we never got her on the show? I don't think you tried hard enough.
Dude, I've emailed her. I've sent her Instagram DMs. I sent her an Instagram DM, dude. Like once every time I send you one of those photos.
Maybe then she'll come. Send her a dick pic. Put it next to put it next to your phone so she can see the size. Like lay your phone, let it hang over the phone. Come on, Ame Bibabi. Someone said, "Oh, she got a fan only page." I'm like, of course she does. Or is it OnlyFans? What is it? OnlyFans? Fans only? What is it?
OnlyFans.
Whatever. You know what I meant. OnlyFans. Yeah. I wouldn't know. And the fact that I don't know it, I'm not ashamed that I don't know. You don't know what it is. People get mad all the time because I say it wrong. I always say fans only. They go, it's OnlyFans. Well, I don't know what it is. You know why? Because I ain't on that shit. That's why I don't know what it is. You know?
I don't even really think she's doing music anymore, bro. If I had to take a guess, it doesn't really look like she's doing music from these last.
Go to that one with the red. Let's see the one with the red right there. That's the one that caught my attention. No, the one above it. Not that one. Because I see that and I'm like, Erfata. Remember when she fucking when she did the fart? Well, I mean, her body looks better than her face. I'll give her that. You know. And you can't believe the pictures because you know they got fucking whatchamacallit all over it. But yeah, I mean, the throwback.
You think I'm ugly? I don't care. You think I'm dumb? I don't care. You think I'm scum? I don't care. Bitch, I make my money.
Yeah, man, I'm glad that you don't care what I think. I want to bring on the show
though. Ame Bibabi, Merc. Ame Bibabi.
You think I'm ugly? I don't care. See, that's the problem. That goes Ame Bibabi. That goes back to what I was saying. Like everything ugly is good now. Like shitty music is considered good. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's shitty. And somehow she got millions and millions and millions of views, and everybody's like, "Oh, keep doing." I think it's because they thought she was like challenged. I think that's what it was. I think people thought she was like challenged, and they were like, "Yo, you know what, man? Don't be dissing her." I think that's what it was, right? Because even I mean, let's keep it real. We questioned it. We were like, is she challenged? Am I dissing someone who's like mentally challenged? She's not that I know of, right?
Do you think that's why everyone shared her video on Facebook? Everyone's like, oh, look at this nice challenge girl who put on this music video.
They were like,
let's share it.
That's what I think they did. I think it was like the Seinfeld episode. You know what I'm saying? She could still be challenged, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, I think that's what it was, though. I think it was like the Seinfeld episode where
Kramer,
they see
right?
Kramer with Kramer. Sneakers, and they just think that so they invite. I think that's what it is. I think everyone saw this. They were like, "Oh,
he had the thing with his lip."
Well, yeah, he had the Novocaine, and I think that's what it is with her. I think she came out. Everybody saw the video. You think I'm ugly? I don't care. Think I'm, and everybody was like, "Oh, look at the cute little autistic chick making music."
Oh, dude.
What did I say? Autistic is the word, right? I didn't say the R word. That's the right word, right? I don't know. What do I know? I'm follically impaired, but I identify as if I had an afro. I'm gonna put a pick right in my skull. A pick in my skull.
A metal one.
Yeah, but that's the new thing. Oh, did you hear a new thing now? Hold on, man. Let me send you this. People send me stuff all the time.
You want to go through some videos, some Instagram videos?
People send me stuff all the time, but there's one I gotta show you, man. This chick is crazy, yo. And this is how crazy it's become, just so you know. This is how fucking crazy it's become. Where is it? I know it's here, man. This chick, she identified as like being blind. And she identified as being there. I can't find it. Oh, wait, maybe it was sent on this. She identified as being blind, so a doctor actually put fucking whatchamacallit in her eyes, man. Fucking
drain cleaner?
Drain cleaner, yeah. Did you find it?
Dr. Phil?
Yeah, dude.
That 7 years ago.
Oh, so damn, man. This shit's been going on for a long time. Man, listen, we're behind the fucking ball on this shit, man. This is how crazy people have been crazy for long. He blinded her because she identified as being blind.
Really felt the need to be blind. People believe that blindness is a disability. I think of being empowered and being free when I think of being blind. I met a psychologist on the online group that I was a part of. I started telling him that I wanted to go blind permanently. He told me to do the research to show that I was serious, and then he would help me. I put all my time and effort into researching how to go blind.
You find this
now. See, that's the problem. I'm gonna tell you something. You want to know why we didn't know about this and why we didn't take this shit seriously? Because it was on Dr. fucking Phil. That's why. That's like putting it on fucking, any
Our
of
show.
those fucking. It's like putting it on our show. No one's gonna take it seriously. Exactly. It's like putting them on fucking. You know what I'm saying? It's like putting them on Jerry Springer. No one believes it. They all think that shit. You know what I'm saying? They all think we didn't see it coming. Low hanging fruit, Mike. You're gonna have to work harder. I expect that stuff from Brian. I expect better from you.
I saw it coming.
You know what I'm saying? But that's the reason. It's because it was on some stupid ass show like Dr. Phil, and everybody right away said that can't be real. That's just some Dr. Phil. But that shit is real.
Mm-hmm.
There's people that feel like they shouldn't have arms. We're gonna start chopping off their arms just because they feel like they shouldn't have arms because fuck reality anymore. I think that's the new world. Instead of just telling people that they're nuts, we're catering to their nuttiness. You know what I'm saying? And I know nuts is probably the wrong word. I don't mean it derogatorily, man. Look, I'm nuts. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if derogatorily is a word. I'm good at making shit up, though. If it isn't, it should be. But yeah, I didn't mean it like in a derogatory way. I'm just saying, like, since when do we affirm, like, if a person is suffering from an eating disorder, we're going to affirm that because they look in the mirror and they think they're 800 pounds and you're looking at them and they're actually thin and unhealthy. We're going to affirm that and be like, yeah, you are 800 pounds. Stop it. You should eat less. You got to eat less. What are you eating now? Well, I'm only having a pea and a grain of rice with a little teacup of water every day. Oh, well, then you might want to cut out the rice. You might want to cut the rice from your diet.
It's too much.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It's. I mean, listen, if that's what you guys want to do, man, if you guys really want to just fucking destroy everything, go right ahead. What do I care? I don't own it. You know what I'm saying? I don't own it. I'm just a visitor here. At the end of the day, I'm not in love with the world. I'm enjoying the ride, but I'm not in love with the world. I'm in love with God. So I'm just a visitor. You guys want to go and destroy it, go right ahead. I'll sit back and laugh. You know what I'm saying? There's no more reality. We live in a fucking nutty world, yo.
What do you think they're setting us up for, man?
I don't even care anymore.
The
fact that the other day, one of my friends said to me, Republicans are crazy. And I said, what? And they said, Republicans are they're fucking crazy. And I said, elaborate. What do you mean? And they went, what do you mean? What do I mean? And I said, what do you mean when you say Republicans are crazy? Now, mind you, I'm not a Republican. Anyone who knows me knows I love sex and drugs too much to be a Republican. But I said, well, what do you mean what I mean? Because if I said to you liberals are crazy, I would follow that up with liberals are crazy because they're trying to trans the children. They're saying men could be women and women could be men. They're fucking, they want to kill millions and millions of babies. They up until fucking 9 months. They don't give a fuck. They're Satan worshipers. They're pedophiles. Not to say that Republicans don't touch children or whatever either. I mean, there was, on that list of whatchamacallit, that have leaked little names on those lists. There was Republicans on there too. But at least they're not like throwing it in your face. And if they get caught, they get shamed. There's a reason why, that's the funny thing. People that's the thing. Don't shame nobody. Don't shame nobody. But shaming people is what kept everything in order for so long. That's what kept everything in order for so long. Like people always say, oh, homosexuality. Do you realize that fornication is wrong too? Fornication is wrong. Sex outside of marriage is a sin in God's eyes. The same thing as homosexuality.
Where does it actually say that in the scriptures? Is it
not to fornicate? Leviticus, baby. The book of Laws. Read Leviticus, man.
I'm asking because I'm
having sex outside of marriage, and it says it's a sin to fornicate. So everybody, like, they all, you know, when they sit there and they say, like, I don't go to church because you know, right off the bat, Jesus don't love me because, you know, I'm gay, and it's against gay. It's against fornication too, and the church is filled with fornicators. They're going, so feel free to go. It's not about finding a God that fits you. It's about finding the true God who will change you. You ain't got to worry about someone else changing you. When you fall in love, we all know it. When you fall in love, dog, you do things to be with the person you love, to make the person you love happy, you know. And that's what happens when you fall in love with God. You start to do the things that make God happy. And he changes the way you feel about things, and he changes the way you look at things, and he changes the way, you know, your ideas are and shit like that, man. You know, the only reason why people don't want to go is because you don't want to change. That's why you don't want to know God, because you don't want to change. I'm not afraid to change. I'm terrified to change, but I also do want to know the true and living God. So change me if you must. You know, it sucks for me to always get into careers and then wonder, like, even now I question, like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing, or are you going to put me somewhere else now? Because I feel like I'm moving in so many different directions here and there, you know, and it's like, why did I put so much into this if this isn't what you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? But then again, you know,
forever,
I'm
but
learning
maybe always
something.
for right now, you know?
Yeah,
always
I'm
for right
learning
now.
something.
And then when the time to change comes,
I'll be ready.
Will come. Yeah, and it'll come when,
you know,
it'll come when
like
it's
I said, I've lived many lives, man. There were many times where I thought, this is my life, this is what I'm going to do. And then out of nowhere, boom, something different's going on, and I'm living a whole different life. Go figure.
Makes it exciting for the next one.
Yeah, listen, people, the world can be a beautiful place, you know, but the truth of the matter is, you know, scripture says, do not love the world or the things of it, because you know, the things that we this world is run by Satan, and it shows in everything. I say it because it shows in everything, you know. And now we'll get pulled from YouTube because they'll say that that's misinformation. You know what I'm saying? But meanwhile, just look around, man. All the shit that goes against God is glorified, man. They just want us to be fucking heathens. And don't get me wrong, there's an appeal to that. You know, there's an appeal to it. I understand the appeal. When I was 16, I wanted everything to be crazy. I'm not 16 anymore, man. I'm 52 years old, and I'm starting to realize that you need some sort of order. And I'm just starting to realize that. It took me 52 years to realize that you do need some sort of order. You know what I'm saying? And you do need the cool you pastor that raps about Jesus could really pay well. Always a fallback if comedy doesn't work out. I mean, I feel like you know that I did Christian hip hop. They hated me. Well, not the people, the Sadducees and the Pharisees. Those are the ones who hated me. They're the ones who always hate everything because they want power. You know, and it's all about control and power. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. You got people in control that want to control the people, man, and they lie to us all the time. And you know they're lying, you know, because all you got to do is go outside in your neighborhood and see if the shit they're telling you is really what's going on. And that's what I mean when I say that it starts with your neighborhood. It starts with the way you treat the people around you and the way they treat others. You know what I'm saying? I always imagine my hood like, you know, I used to tell people, I know it's an imaginary thought, but imagine if we all looked out for each other. I said it before. People get mad at Jews. Why? Because they look out for each other. Because in their neighborhoods, they look out for each other. They got each other's backs. I can't hate somebody for that. That's something that's honorable, and you should fucking learn from that. Your hood should have each other's backs. You should look out for each other. You know what I'm saying? If one makes money, you know, 5 should make money. And then spread that and spread that and spread that. You know, people gotta look out for each other. Don't rob each other. Don't steal from each other. Go to other neighborhoods and do that shit. You're gonna do that shit, but not in your neighborhood. That's why back in the day with the mob, the Italian neighborhoods, they had the mob. You know, they had the mob. they weren't the nicest guys. They were doing their thing amongst themselves, fucking each other up, killing each other, but there was no petty shit going on in those neighborhoods. Motherfuckers weren't fucking around those neighborhoods.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's where it starts. Everybody wants like the government to come up with some solution. Everybody wants a solution. No one wants to put in the work. You know, it's the same thing with like jealousy and all that shit too. It's like people get jealous of people because they do good. They want what they have, but do you want to do what it took for them to get what they had? You know what I'm saying? It's like I told you that time when I first heard my song rhyme. I was like, oh my God, I wish I wrote that song. And then I realized, wait a minute, this dude did like 5 years for a crime he didn't commit. You know, that's why he's writing this shit he's writing. I don't want to live the life that it took for him to write that shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
So it's like
bro.
people want
5 years, bro.
People want they want the end result, but they don't want to put in the work that it took for this person to get to what it is that you wish you had. Do you really want to walk in those footsteps? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? We all got our fucking paths to walk and shit, man. And it's like all that shit to me, all that shit is just it starts. No one's gonna come in and fix this for us. The government's not all of a sudden going to get a president that all of a sudden fixes all the problems. Now, don't get me wrong. They have control over certain things like, you know, cost of living and all that shit and inflation and all that stuff. That stuff's very important. But when it comes to love and respect and living in a place that's safe, that's going to start with your neighbors. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always looked out for my neighbors. I don't even really like everybody in this building, but I look out for the motherfuckers in this building. If I see someone fucking with someone's door or some shit like that, you ain't doing that in my building.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I see motherfuckers that don't live here trying to hang out downstairs. That's not happening in my building. I'm telling motherfuckers, get the fuck out. I look out for my neighbors. I would hope that they look out for me, you know, or at least my apartment and shit like that. I remember back in my hood, man, I lost it, man, because they let somebody kick in my door. The only thing that kept them from going into my house was my pit bull, Bobo. God bless him. Great dog. Really? It's something I kept them because I was away. I went away. And when I came back, the whole bottom of my door was kicked in. I could walk right into my house without the key. The only thing that kept them out was the dog. And then I thought, like, those doors are reinforced, dog. You know how much noise and how long they must have been kicking that door? Dude, I went berserk. I came out with the M16. I came out in the front of the building with the M16. Like, y'all motherfuckers let them kick in my door? I was bugging back then. I was a very angry youth. And I wasn't even ill. I wasn't even ill in my neighborhood. I was kind of like the punk dude in my neighborhood. I wasn't even ill like that. Like, I just did what I had to do to survive, man. I wouldn't even consider myself the illest motherfucker in my neighborhood. By far, I was not. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I was very upset. I was upset, to say the least, that my neighbors didn't look out for me. You know what I'm saying? How much money would you need to be paid to perform your next headline show with the Toupee? You couldn't pay me enough, man. That's like, I think that's almost like wearing the dress. I think that's almost like wearing the dress, wearing the toupee. And you know what's fucked up is it's not like I haven't thrown on, like I've had dread wigs where I've thrown on dread wigs and they actually look good on me because I once had dreads. I don't know. I guess in a movie, if I have to have hair and they're going to throw hair on me, I would do. For a character, I would do it. I don't think I would do it on stage. I don't know. I wish, you want to know something, man? I wish it wouldn't cost anything. I wish I was that dude that someone said to me, yo, dude, rock a toupee on stage, and I just did it. I just can't. I don't know what it is, man. There's certain things. I wish I was that carefree motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That didn't give a shit. That had no kind of like, and I don't even know what it is. What is it?
Pride.
I guess it's a wig. Pride. It's almost like a wig.
It's pride. That's what it is, bro. It's pride. That's what it is.
That's what it is, right?
Yeah, that's what it is.
But what am I being so prideful about? That's the question. Is it that it's a wig? Like I'm thinking,
bro,
it feels like a wig.
You don't want to be seen. You don't want an image. Yeah, it's an image of you that you don't want to be seen. You know, it's not a real image of you. That's not what you want to be out there. You know, You don't want people to see you. You don't want a photo of that shit being out there. That's what it is, dog.
But why can't I just be like, who cares? That's the thing with photos. I don't like when people take pictures of me sleeping.
Yeah, that's invasive.
Do you got a problem with that?
Yeah, I got a problem with that. It's invasive.
I got a problem with that, man. Yeah, I don't like. I was dating this chick and she took a picture of me sleeping once and showed it to me, and I was like, "Don't ever do that again." She was like, "What?" And I'm like, "Don't take a picture of me sleeping, yo." I'm like, "I got you in my home. I'm sleeping. That's where I'm my most vulnerable." You understand what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be any more vulnerable than asleep. And you taking pictures of me?
Was it?
I don't know. I felt like it was a violation. Am I wrong?
Was she like, "Oh, you look so cute, sleeping, snuggled up"?
No, actually, it's because I had one hand down my fucking pants and the other, and I was like, it wasn't even like a good, like, you know what I'm saying? It's because I look like a dick, but I didn't care that I look like a dick. You know what I'm saying? I felt violated that they took a picture of me while I was sleeping. Is that stupid too? Is that pride?
I'm with you on that one.
I do think you kind of fucking summed it up in a nutshell on the other thing, though. I think you hit the nail right on the head.
What's that?
With the pride thing. I'm just letting you know that you broke me down. I think you broke me down very well on that one.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
Yeah, you. I think you were on point with that one, man. Give yourself a little pew 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 on that, man. I think. I didn't say it to I said a pew pew pew. I didn't say you like destroyed me, dog. There you go. Don't be giving yourself more props than you deserve. That's heavy. That's heavy, man. You know, the pew pew is more like, that you broke it down pretty well. I agree. It is my pride.
Yeah, man. I mean, after 116 episodes, you think you know a guy. How many hours do you think we've done now, man?
At least 116.
Well, double it, really. Almost double it. They're probably like one and a half on average, I would say.
Yeah, on average, 1.5, man. Yeah. I don't know how people stay with us so long, but I do appreciate that you do. I had some people that came back actually to see me yesterday. That was pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Valentine's Day was great. Valentine's Day, I crushed. I just did all shit about relationships, and
I'm sure it was enjoyable.
It was great. It was great. I had fun yesterday. Today, not so much, man. Not so much. I mean, I had good sets. I sold 2 shirts, so I got 2 new fans. Actually sold my last 2. I gotta get new shirts, not of the limited edition llama shirts. Those are still, I got a couple of those. But
I love my llama shirts.
The llama shirt's the shit, man. If you ain't got one yet, man, we still got a few of those, man. Come out to the show, catch me, and grab yourself one of the limited edition llama shirts. There's only a few left, only a few sizes too. I think I still got the smaller sizes more than the bigger sizes, because I do a lot of shows in the Midwest, and everybody out there is pretty big. Pretty big. Triple X's.
Hopefully it'll be huffing in some vinyl chloride. Might thin them down a little.
Oh my God, man. Yeah, man. Look, shout out to Ohio, man. I got love for Ohio. That's another thing. I guess that's why I'm upset over this whole thing too, because everyone always be dissing Ohio, but I got love for Ohio. And I hope you guys stay safe, man, and don't go out there and get poisoned, man. If you want to follow my man Brian T. Licata.
That's me, dog.
On Instagram. There you go. It's right there on the screen. You can follow me at Gary G. Garcia on Instagram, Gary G. Garcia on Facebook. Catch me every Monday midnight at the Grizzly Pear for the Not Quite Tuesday show. And you can catch me every other day over in Atlantic City. I'm also getting ready. I will be out in Comedy Cove. I'm going to be back at the Comedy Cove. I'm correct. That's in Springfield, right? Comedy Cove, Springfield, New Jersey. Is that where it is?
Springfield. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be out there. What's the date? Hold on a second. I just saw it. Oh, wait a minute. Comedy Cove. I'm terrible at this. You got that the video in Comedy Cove. That's why I want to promote it. Fuck it. Yeah, over at the Comedy Cove. I'm gonna be there. What's the fucking day I'm there? Here it is. I'm going to be there on the 24th and the 25th. If I'm correct, that's next week, right? That's this weekend. Not this weekend, next weekend. Yeah, 24th and 25th, man. I'm going to be at Scotty's Pub in Comedy Cove. come check me out over there. It'd be great if I saw you. If you haven't checked out my special yet, you did not see me here tonight, check it out on YouTube, man. It's still there. We could always use more views on that shit. And thanks for listening, baby. We love y'all, man. Until next time.
Peace.